All right, we live and direct now.
Live and direct.
We live and direct. Yeah,
Direct.
listen, man. I get it. It's KD's team now. I get all that. But the pressure is on CP3. CP3, your legacy, because KD already got two. KD already got that as one of the best scorers in the league has ever seen. You know what I'm saying? One of the best players the league has ever seen. And he went and got 2 chips. He did that. All right? CP3 is being talked about as one of the best point guards to ever play the game. But one of the things he's missing is a chip. As one of the greatest floor generals in the game, you got to be able to take an elite team, bro.
Yep.
And they had a squad with Phoenix without KD. Now you're adding KD. You're not missing much. You're just missing some key players off the bench now. But you still have Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and now you're adding KD. And you're, quote unquote, arguably one of the best floor generals to play the game. You tell me you can't lead that floor to a chip? Come on, man. I don't care if he got 25 games. He needed to do it this season. Straight up.
Yep. This is a legacy year for the point guard, man. Otherwise, if he doesn't do it this year, then we got to strip that title. We got to strip it.
You going to take that title from him?
Yeah. You're not going to be the point guard of basketball. When you
consider if you don't do it this year?
If he doesn't do it this year with KD, nah.
Woo. All right.
I don't even think it's redeemable.
I mean that's to me that's a little harsh. I would say let's give him a little bit of time. Let's give him this year and next. That's what I'll say.
If they don't win it this year, I don't see the window for them to win it next year. You know why?
You don't see the window?
No, I don't see them winning it next year if they don't do it this year. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why I don't see that happening. Because right now, you got the league shook because nobody saw that coming. Nobody anticipated that. There's an element of surprise that you have right now if you're the Phoenix Suns, because you just added one Kevin Durant to a squad that consists of no less than CP3, Devin Booker, and you didn't have to give DeAndre Ayton. Now you give the league the offseason to adjust, then your window, I feel like the window closes for the Phoenix Suns because you give away your bench. Now this is the time to maximize that because teams didn't have enough time to adjust to that.
I feel you.
You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing that matters in the NBA. That matters in the NBA, I would say more so than any other sports. The element of surprise, like when you got the league shook. The Warriors won last year because they had the league shook at the right time, and the league could not adjust. Other teams could not adjust. The Warriors were flaky all season. They peaked at the right time, and that culminated into a championship. Now teams now adjusted. And the one thing that I'm gonna tell you what, the one thing that I feel like that gives me a lot more, that makes me excited for the Phoenix Suns is that the one trade that a lot of teams out west could have did to counter KD's move out west, they didn't do it. You know why? What's his name was available for pickup? What's that boy's name in Toronto? Great defender, like he's been balling this year. That is a KD. Not stopper, but is a KD at the most is a KD ender. If you want to ender, no, not Pascal Siakam. Is a small forward. I forgot his name. He plays the 3. They got Barnes at the 4, and he plays the 3 for. Damn, bro. Hold on,
So you're not talking about Scotty Barnes? That's what I was about to say.
No, not Scotty Barnes. The other kid. Because Toronto was shopping him all season. I don't know what they were asking for him behind the scenes, but that's one guy that you can throw at KD out west. And the Toronto Raptors made the league know that it was available for pickup because they were trying to, because it's coming into a contract year. And, Toronto, they're not big spenders like that. So they were looking to recoup some, draft picks and whatnot for him. But
You got to
nobody.
be talking about Anunoby.
Yeah, Anunoby. OG
OG Anunoby.
Anunoby.
Yeah.
Love that kid, man.
Yeah.
Got that dog in him. So
Yeah.
now
Yeah. Phenomenal
a lot
player.
of people, this is
Yeah.
key
I like
now.
watching.
This is what I was. A lot of people were talking about. A lot of people were watching who was gonna pick up Anunoby out west because that's somebody he can throw at KD. To at the very least, to slow him down.
Right.
But nobody did. I don't know what Toronto was asking behind the scenes, but that was the one move that I was watching for, that I was on the lookout for, which did not happen. So that tells me out west, nobody adjusted to the Phoenix Suns. And that to me gets me excited that they are gonna make it to the finals at the very least. Now what happens after that?
Yeah. So they're gonna. Well, undoubtedly now. I mean, they're gonna make it. They look pretty bad. Luka made them look very, very bad last year.
Yeah.
Made them look very, very bad. And I know they got that chip on their shoulder coming back. Now, if they have to see Luka again, they're not just seeing Luka; they're seeing Kyrie. But they're not alone. They have one Durantula. They have the Durantula.
They're bringing the Grim Reaper now. They're bringing the Grim Reaper, the Slim Reaper.
Exactly, bro. So Lee got to watch out for that, man.
But this is the thing, bro. When you look at it objectively, it come playoff time. If everybody in Phoenix is healthy, you cannot guard Devin Booker 1-on-1. And you damn sure as hell, you're not gonna double team Devin Booker with KD.
With KD wide open. Or DeAndre Ayton wide open.
DeAndre Ayton, precisely, bro.
Or Chris Paul wide open.
Bro, so this is like the Warriors all over again to me.
Exactly. Bro. This is like a Warriors dynasty thing that's gonna brew, and what's gonna have to happen is it's going to be forces are gonna have to unite over in the East. KD coming to the West has already caused a lot of different shifts and already changed focuses of teams. Next year, don't be surprised if some stars come together next year in a place either that already has some key pieces, in like for instance in Philly or in Boston. Watch some changes there. Another key player that Boston needs to give them that edge. Another star would go there. Boston also. Miami Heat. Miami Heat still has the potential with the core players that they have to add. Like I always say, Miami Heat was one good player away, and we were in the talks to get KD. So this really pisses me off too, because we was in the talks to get KD, and we didn't get him again. You know what I mean? And Kyrie also. Kyrie would have been a great addition. And then we was also in the latest talks for one Russell Westbrook. With Russell Westbrook's, issues and my issues with Russ, he would have still been a great addition to what Miami got going on. Not downplaying the Kevin Love addition, but I honestly feel like we played and not acquiring those key pieces. Ever since the offseason, when we didn't get Donovan Mitchell like we should have, I knew it was we messed up. We messed up this season. And Pat Riley really let me down. I'm saying that right now, Pat. You let me down. Heat fan, number one Heat fan.
Yes, and I share that sentiment. Yes, I share that too. Like, to win championships, you gotta know, culture aside, you gotta know when to break the bank. Because when certain players become available, you gotta break the bank.
Nice.
You gotta break the bank. And this is one of the things that I would say that Miami did wrong. I'll go back to about 3 years ago when James Harden was available out of Houston. Now Miami, all they had to do was give up one Tyler Hero.
Facts.
To get James Harden. Now that's a trade they should have done and lock up that point guard position, which is an area of weakness for the Miami Heat right now.
Facts.
Because that's the one area I would say the Heat are weak, because you don't got that point guard. At best right now, who's the point guard for Miami?
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, yeah, precisely. Kyle Lowry, right? At best, is a bench player right now. It can give you that boost off the bench, but Kyle Lowry starting
That's
cannot
exactly
take
how
you
he's
anywhere
playing.
in the
That's
playoffs.
exactly how he's playing. That's exactly how
Kyle
he's
Lowry
playing.
would not take you anywhere deep in the playoffs.
Nah,
And you know, this is the thing too. This is what I feel too, right? When you get a guy like Kyle Lowry, he's won a championship. It's to him, his legacy is cemented. That's one trade. That's one pickup. I don't think the Miami Heat should have done. Because Kyle Lowry, you know, he was borderline. He was a borderline star all throughout his career, and then at the tail end of his career, he wins a ring. That's a guy that are you really gonna bet on that guy? Just you know, like just having that
well,
drive to do
well,
more.
I think that gamble came. I think that if you say as far as the bet goes, I think that gamble really came in the sense of we needed a facilitator on the floor. You know, someone who could facilitate, and he didn't. He was doing an excellent job facilitating in Toronto prior to and during Kawhi's presence there in Toronto. So with that veteran experience facilitating the floor, and you got Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, who needs that person who needs to not have the ball in their hands sometimes, so they can keep the defense on edge and spread the floor. Because we know both Jimmy and Bam with the ball in their hand, they could create their own shots and do their own thing. But when you have that
Yeah.
facilitator on the floor, which Miami lacked at the time, especially in the sense of a veteran, you know what I mean? I mean, the best they had at the time was, your Gabe Vincent. Victor Oladipo was still injured. Could have played the one, but preferably on the 2 or 3 position because we need his great defense there. So it was really it was really in that mindset. What happened was he can't stay healthy enough to facilitate the floor now. And then we're sitting right here holding on to him. That's my thing. But I would have to ask.
That is the point that I was making. The commitment. There's a commitment issue because being as a professional, being out of shape, injury issues aside, letting yourself be out of shape, that ends at commitment issues on your part.
I feel you.
And that there's no going around it. And that's one thing that the Miami Heat actually complained about is weight.
Yeah. Facts.
His weight was an issue.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'll have to ask you this, man. Objectively, did the Kevin Love pick make the Heat better or worse?
It made them better. And to quote Stephen A. Smith, whenever you get something for nothing, then you become better.
Facts. I agree.
He may have been talking about the Kwame Brown trade when he made that reference, but
nonetheless.
When you get something out of nothing, you become better. And Kevin Love is, at his very worst, he'll get you 8-10 points off the bench and close to,
at his worst,
I would say,
yes.
At his worst.
Yes.
And about 6-7 rebounds. And come playoff time, that matters.
Yes, it does.
That matters.
Yes, it does.
And if he spreads the floor. All that taken into account. That is a big pick for Miami. I would say that. And even more so that even in Cleveland, nobody anticipated that.
Nah, no one anticipated that.
Because Cleveland are pushing to go deep in the playoffs.
Donovan Mitchell was very surprised.
Yeah. Jared Allen came out and said that took him by surprise.
Yeah. Because, he was, I think he's probably, isn't he the only player left from that 2016 championship run that they had with LeBron over there? Yeah. He's the only one,
he's the only one left. He was the only one
left. When you think Cleveland Cavaliers, nowadays, in general, you would think LeBron James, of course. And after that, you would think Kevin Love. You know what I mean? That's when you think Cleveland Cavaliers in their history and stuff. So it was crazy because he had the buyout option, and then he hit up. I guess Well, there was talks, and even Donovan Mitchell admitted that there was some talks about his his uneasiness over there. His not happy about his role over there. And I guess in the years that he feels like he can still make an impact, do something, he would prefer to be somewhere where he can. And I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
precisely.
And I feel
Miami,
like in Miami he can make a difference, especially coming, and he's coming with the mentality that he doesn't care whether he starts or comes off the bench. And honestly, if I was Eric Spoelstra, I would exploit both options. You know what I'm saying? As much as possible. Like with him as a starter, I would either let him play the 4 or the 5 and have Bam at the 5 if you want to keep Bam, or even have them. Bam is more aggressive at the 5, especially when you have your players like going against JoJo and all that. JoJo and Wendell Carter Jr. that we have in the East and stuff like that, and Mitchell's over there in New York. So and Robinson the third in Boston and stuff. So when you're playing big mans like that, you always want have Bam on them, and then you can switch with Love playing the 4 and the 5 there also too, depending on who you're playing. So and that spreads the floor, because now you got a power forward that's taking that other big man out of that hole out there. You know what I'm saying? Spreading the floor a little more. And Bam could take shots too, and he could drive on you too and slash into the paint. So I really think this is a good pickup. Not the pickup I want. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, looking at this, I wanted this. No, not the pickup I want. No, definitely not. Pat Riley really let me down in this trade and off season and throughout this trade deadline. But I am happy with it. I am happy that we did get Kevin Love, and that he's gonna be an asset. Now, thing is, I need, if Kyle Lowry is what we're gonna have to stick with, I need him to be healthy, and I need him to do something rather than agree to just wreak havoc on defense, like he so readily was just ready to tweet about. We're just gonna wreak havoc on defense. Then we're paying you $25 million, not to wreak havoc on defense.
exactly.
Not just wreak havoc.
Exactly.
$25 million talking about wreak havoc on defense. Wreak havoc on offense too. Offense and defense. 25 mil, offense, defense. During timeouts, you need to be wreaking havoc for 25 mil. The heck?
Yep, and that's gonna be key. That's gonna be key for the Miami Heat. Whether Kyle Lowry can find that commitment to the offense, to pushing the offense, because defensively, like to a lot of guys, to guys like Kyle Lowry, defense is almost intuitive.
Right.
Like that's always been him, and it's natural. Being a good defensive player, like being drawn to the ball on the defensive end, that's natural to him. Same like a guy like Kawhi, some these guys, they're natural, but Miami needs that offensive push from Kyle Lowry. Otherwise, it's all for naught. I don't see Miami beating the Celtics or Milwaukee. I don't know. I'm open to a surprise, but I don't really see Miami going far in the playoffs. And as you said, because I don't feel like they made the moves that could have gave them that edge. Because the East,
Facts.
the East is interesting. It's going to be interesting because Milwaukee, they got Chris Middleton back.
Yeah. But Chris Middleton hasn't been playing, but as of late he has stepped it up as of late. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's strange. But moving to the West. We got this, and going to the West, we can't just talk about the Phoenix Suns and ignore the Lakers. And ideally, when I say the Lakers, I mean one LeBron James and one Anthony Davis. For instance, tonight they play the defending champions, Golden State Warriors. Seen Steph Curry without Steph Curry, saw Steph Curry. Make sure y'all understand. You know what I mean? That's who they playing, and they're 13th in their conference right now. It don't look good for the Lakers. They made major adjustments, major changes, but most of them are focused and centered around a healthy LeBron and a healthy AD, not a trade where if AD falls. Because I know you didn't get Vanderbilt in case AD falls. That's not that. No, that does not equate. So I had to ask and put this question on the floor, man. Got to. Are the Lakers gonna make it, man? And if they do make it, how far? How far are we talking?
I'm gonna dead that right now. I don't see the Lakers making it because at this
All they got to do is go 14-9.
14-9. I don't see them making it because you're asking a lot of Anthony Davis to stay healthy. That is asking a lot, especially during a season where he hasn't been healthy.
He hasn't been healthy.
Now that is a stretch. And again, there's always surprises. It's on the only two things in life, certain or death and taxes. But I would say it's a stretch that the Lakers make it. I personally don't see them making it. At best, I feel like they might win 10 games out of the remaining 23. They might win 10 games at best. Because the adjustment that the Lakers made, I don't think they're the right fit. You added defense.
You think was the right fit?
Yes, the Lakers trades, the Lakers additions had more to do with defense. You had some young guys that are tall, athletic. You got Vanderbilt. Is a
What was that, Styles? I think I lost you though. Then we lost connection with Styles there. Y'all know how technology be working. Technology gonna do its own thing whenever it want to do its own thing. Yeah.
Yes, to finish my thought, all season, look at the names that the Lakers were. Look at guys that the Lakers were looking to add. We're looking at Buddy Hield. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
You guys are chopping up. Am I coming through clearly?
Got some technical difficulties.
Hold on.
In the meantime, man, while we get that settled up, man, go ahead and like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, DGP TV, man. This is the Locker Room Talk. We just chilling in the locker room. Later on, we're going to come back on and bring out the bets. Let you guys know about these bets that we're going to be putting in, these parlays and all this stuff, man. With, what I'm saying, with the homie Mike it down, man. So, hey, stay tuned, man. DGP TV. Don't stop shop. Got you back, Styles.
Yes, sir. SPL back on.
Yeah, man. You know how technology be tripping on us sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Ever so reliable, huh?
Ever so, ever so reliable.
SPL,
Yeah.
we're back on. We have some technical difficulties.
Yeah, but we all good, man. We all good. We still live and direct.
Live and direct.
You know what I
And
mean?
man, as I was saying, I don't see the Lakers addition. I don't see their additions pushing them towards making the playoffs. I don't see it. Now, they're nice pieces to implement on during the offseason. Now, that I think is the ultimate goal. Was the ultimate goal for the Lakers, because they're looking at getting a guy like Kyrie in the postseason. They're looking at making moves. And Anthony Davis, now word around town and word around the league is that Anthony Davis might be on the chopping block. If they can get somebody like Kyrie, they can do a signing trade with the Phoenix with the Mavericks and get Kyrie, because Kyrie, all his issues aside, you would bet on Kyrie being more healthy than being healthy as opposed to Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis right now, I feel like for the remaining 23 games of the season, he's playing for his Lakers future. I don't think there's any escaping that. If they don't make the playoffs, Anthony Davis is available.
Hey, he gone.
He gone, yeah.
Because
the pieces that they got, they add another superstar, somebody that can score on and off the ball, like Kyrie. Then the Lakers next year, they're looking right. They might do something.
And you're right, because it's only with a healthy AD that they can have that.
Exactly.
I feel you, man.
So this is my projection. The Lakers are winning 10 games and they're out. I don't even think they make it. They make the play-in. And I think it's best for them not to even make the play-in, because making the play-in and being knocked out of that's even worse.
I feel you on that
LeBron
one.
James, that's even worse.
I feel you on that one, man. Y'all heard it from SPL themselves, man. Like no capper. This is how we do it.
How about yourself? Why don't you share your thoughts on what you think the Lakers might do for the rest of the season?
Listen. I think the Lakers will definitely make the play-in tournament. Depending on who they play in that play-in tournament, will get them in the first round. I think that's as far as it goes for the Lakers this season, because with LeBron, you can never count LeBron James out. You can't. He was one of the greatest players to ever play this game. He's broken records, in the sense of making comebacks. Did it in the finals where on the big stage where it really counted. And I feel like he is the kind of guy that can muster up the energy needed, to accomplish, set a feat. A minimum of 14, 14-9. They got to win those four, and I think LeBron could get that. Now, the only thing is, if LeBron can't be LeBron and the guys around him can't just play their roles, it would have to be in a sense, and then that would make that it wouldn't just be Anthony Davis that would need to go. They would need to change everything, because the whole point of them shaking up as much as they did this time was because of that. Was because pieces wasn't working. You need the right pieces so LeBron could be LeBron, which should propel this team in the position it needs to be in. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, you got that, but I really don't see them going past, because these other teams are really here to play. and you know, and I don't feel like that Lakers squad is gelled enough. You know what I'm saying, to make a long run that they expect to do. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's my opinion, thoughts. Your boy E Money DGP, over here with, you know, Styles SPL, Mega Styles SPL. You already know. And you know, we just over here with some locker room banter. This is the locker room talk. Once again, you know, if you like what you're hearing, subscribe, press the like button right now, press the subscribe button right now. I'm telling you, we would appreciate that very much. We say thank you from 100 all the way. You know what I'm saying? And keep watching us, man. Share us, like, and subscribe. Show